In this video, I'm going to give you an overview of what the classwork page will look like, as well as show you how to create an assignment. So I'm using my 4A Computers classroom from last year as an example so that you can see what it looks like when it's more populated. So when I organize my classwork tab, I really make use of the topics feature, and I'll show you how to do that when we create an assignment. But the topics will appear not only on your view, but also on the student's view. And it's a way of organizing for you and the students where your assignments live. So you can see that the topics are in larger font and they're in the color of whatever the background theme is for my computers, for my Google Classroom. In this case, it's blue. And I have a couple of different naming systems that I use that work for me. The first one that I use is any assignment that is created for today's class, I will write today's assignment on it. Once that day is done, I will organize it into whatever topic it belongs in, but I like to make it really stand out for the kids that this is today's assignment. And that again, that's just something that works for me. And then I have two different naming conventions that I use. The one that I use is a numbering system, so I number my topics. So it's just a way of having an easy callback for the kids. Like I want you to go to topic number 7 and do this assignment in it. But I also give it a heading that gives it a bit more of a description as to what is in that number, as you can see. Different teachers use different topic naming systems. It really use something that works for you. But the thing I would probably encourage is to be consistent. So choose one system of organization and then just consistently use that through the year. So that is the topics, and then the kids see this in the same way that you do, and they also see at the side this quick. Click for their assignments. If I wanted anything in Google Drawings, I would click on that and it would give me my Google Drawings. To come back to all topics, I could either click classwork or all topics will get me back to the same view. So, how do we go ahead and assign a topic? So, in the Create button, I'm going to click on there and I have a bunch of different choices. In this video, I'm only focusing on this assignment one. I'll do another video overview of these different choices. But I click on assignment and it pops open to this window, and I have some things to fill in here. So, of course, I'm going to fill in the title, and mine will be. Google Docs formatting because that's the assignment I want the children to do. And then here I can give it some instructions. You don't have to, but most teachers do give some instructions here. So I've given some instructions, and I just wanted to show you that there are some formatting features here, not many, but there are some to differentiate your instructions. So, for example, I put the early finishers instruction in italics. And then you have your attachment. So here's where you're going to attach what you want the students to work on. We will focus on this Google Drive one mostly, and I'll come back to it in just a moment. You can attach YouTube videos. So once I click here, it's going to open up to this little pop up page that wants me to either search for a video or paste the URL or the address to a video I've already found on YouTube. That's probably the way I would go, but you can definitely search in here for different videos. The only thing is, it doesn't allow you to preview the video, so you don't really know what you're giving the kids. But once you find the video, you're just going to click on it and add it. In fact, you might actually be able to preview it. That might be a new feature. Yeah, you can, so that's great. And then you're going to add that video, and it will show up here under the attachments. If you want to give the kids a blank place to create a Google Doc, a slideshow, a Google Drawing, you would then come to the Create button here. There would be no formatting. It would be totally blank slate for them to do whatever the work is that you want them to do. You can upload a PDF or any other files on your computer by clicking this button, and it's going to ask you either to just slide it in or to browse. Or you can add links. This is really useful if you have the kids doing some research and you want to direct which websites they go to. You can find them, copy the link, and put it in here and click Add Link. But let's go ahead back to this Google Drive icon. So this is going to open up any documents in your Google Drive, and you would find the one that you want to assign to the kids. So in this case, it's this one right here. I'm going to click Add. Google Classroom always defaults to this first choice where students can view file. And with that choice, the kids would not be able to type on there. They wouldn't be able to do anything but view the file. They can make a copy of the file, but from this view, but you really don't want that if you want them working directly in that doc. This is really if there's a piece of material that you don't really want them to do any work on, that you just want them to be able to read. The next choice here is students can edit the file. The only time that I choose this if it is a collaborative activity. So if I want all the kids working on the same Google slideshow or on the same Google Doc, I will click Students Can Edit File. If it's not something that you want them to be able to edit, like your master document or something that you're handing out to them, but you don't want them to be able to edit your original, do not choose this. I almost never choose this one. The one that I nearly always choose, and I think most teachers as well, is make a copy for each student. What this does is it's basically like if you have a paper copy and you've handed the kids each their own piece of paper. That's what the make a copy is. It's just a digital version of that. So it makes a distinct copy for each student. They're working on their very own copy. That's the one I usually like to choose. Now we're going to come over here to the right-hand side, and I'm going to show you how to fill in this information. So you can assign this out to the class that you're creating this activity in. So what is really lovely about this is you can come over to the all students, and if I click on that, I can deselect students that I don't want to receive this particular document, so you can differentiate in that way. The other um, very recent improvement they've made here is I can choose more than one section. So if I teach more than one section of a certain grade, I don't have to recreate this assignment for every single one of those classes. I can simply choose them, and now I can assign this out to 4A and 4B. The only thing is, once you do that, you can't differentiate for students. So if you're using that feature, you can only do it for one class at a time. Under points, I usually click there and leave this as ungraded. You can use the graded feature if you like. And then there's the due date. So I often don't assign a due date, but you can definitely assign a due date, and you make sure that the work is done so that the kids have a time frame in which they have to get the work done. So I'll choose August 31st. And then this is the topic part that I was talking about a few minutes ago. When you click there, all the topics you've already created will be shown, and you can choose whatever one you want to attach to this assignment. If you don't have a topic already there, you can choose Create a Topic and click it, type it there. And in this case, by the way, I would not do no topic because then nothing gets organized, and I don't think it's a great way to go. Um, but at the very bottom, I will choose my today's assignment. And now all of that is done and it's ready to go. And if I just want to push that out immediately, I would just click right here on the blue assign button and it would go to all my students right away. But I don't want to do that, generally speaking. I'm going to click on the drop down menu and now I have some more choices. I'm going to click on schedule and show you what happens there. So we get this little pop-up window, and what it's asking you to do is choose when you want this assignment to go out. So I click the drop down, and let's say I teach this class on Fridays, or I want this particular assignment to go out on Friday at 8 a.m. That's what I'm going to choose. I have my due date already, and I have my topic. For the other class, I'm going to need to fill in a little bit more information. So maybe for that class, I want this assignment to go out on Thursday. 10 a.m. is fine, or I can go in and change that time to 8 a.m. as well. And I'm going to have to select my due date for them. I'll make it that same due date, and I'm going to select my topic. So now I have everything done exactly as I want, and I can go ahead and schedule that out. And it has not been sent out to the kids, and I know it hasn't been sent out to the kids because it shows it up in this like grayed out view. Once it's been assigned, it will be in the color your theme, but right now I know it hasn't been sent out. But there's one more option that I want to draw your attention to. So if I click the three dots, I can go back to edit and I can get rid of this schedule by clicking this little X here, click on the drop down button, and I've got save draft. This is really useful if it's the beginning of a unit or the beginning of a year and you are just creating assignments. You're not sending them out, but you do want to save them. So I click save draft, and now it comes up under that topic I'd put it in as a draft. Again, when I want to go ahead and assign that out, I would click edit and choose one of those other options. So that's a lot of information in this video. I hope it helps. And in the next video, I will show you what it looks like from the student's viewpoint.